Since its founding in 1893 by Hannah G. Solomon, National Council of Jewish Women has been at the forefront of advancing social change on a variety of issues, most of which impact directly on the lives of women, children, and families in the United States and Israel. Locally and nationally, NCJW has always been led by extraordinary women. Tonight, we have the privilege of honoring our living past presidents. As our new triennium shapes the future and leads the way, we take a moment to salute the exceptional leadership of 10 of our incredible, unstoppable, and unforgettable NCJW honorary national presidents. Shirley led the effort to launch the groundbreaking NCJW Center for the Child, founded to improve childcare, help working mothers, and assist abused children. She drove NCJW's efforts on behalf of resettlement of Soviet Jews in the U.S., and building on that experience, offered NCJW's expertise and hands-on assistance in 200 cities across the U.S. in resettling Indo-Chinese boat people. The process of bringing Hippie, our groundbreaking home instruction program for preschool youngsters created in Israel at Hebrew University, to the United States, started during Shirley's presidency. She was an avid mentor to many young women, helping them climb the NCJW ladder from section to board leadership. Shirley's immediate successor as president was Lenore Feldman, who credited Shirley with mentoring her and many others to become Jewish communal leaders. Hailing from the Cleveland section, also the home of our current president, Barbara's commitment to raising the essential funds to sustain us and fulfill our mission catapulted us into a meaningful and significant fundraising mode. Barbara also promoted and supported the community service work of NCJW sections, which is a particular passion of hers. She was an avid supporter of the NCJW RIFI program at Hebrew University. And it was during her presidency that Hippie came to the United States, rapidly growing over the next decade. A role model for active philanthropy, she continues to be a major supporter, allowing us to vastly improve our technology and communications, including support for our new website and online platform. After serving as president of NCJW Incorporated, Barbara went on to have a particularly distinguished career in leadership of several preeminent organizations, including serving as vice president of the National Women's Division of United Jewish Appeal. Currently, Barbara is a board trustee at Brandeis University and Hebrew University and is board chair of the Cooper Hewitt Smithsonian Design Museum in New York City. Only representative of a Jewish women's organization to speak at the 1992 March on Washington for Women's Reproductive Rights. Joan has long been a vocal advocate of a woman's right to reproductive health, rights, and justice. Her work with NCJW extends beyond that threshold to working with Senator Ted Kennedy to draft and pass the Family and Medical Leave Act and launching the Family Daycare Initiative. Reflecting NCJW's active engagement in matters relating to the judiciary, Joan testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee against the nomination of Judge David Souter to the Supreme Court. As part of our 100th anniversary celebration, she planned the National Day of the Working Parent, and she formed an NCJW National Work Family Advisory Board of Business People, co-chairing this board with the VP of Work Family Life at IBM. Susan bears the distinction of having been the only national NCJW president to wear two hats of president and subsequently serve as NCJW executive director. During her tenure as president, Susan helmed the development and implementation of the National Day of the Working Parent to highlight unmet needs of working families. She launched NCJW's Action Alert Network to mobilize our grassroots network to take action. And she was instrumental in expanding and supporting our programs in Israel. Nan packed a lot into her 3 years as president of NCJW. She launched Speaking Out for Children, a nationwide advocacy and education campaign to address the impact of the new welfare reform law on low-income children. Nan developed a rabbi letter which garnered 729 signatures from rabbis in 44 states to fight the so-called partial birth abortion ban. A champion of our work in Israel, Nan helped launch Yad B'Yad to serve at-risk children and families in Israel, and conceive the NCJW Center for Gender and Women's Studies at Tel Aviv University. A hallmark achievement of her presidency was ensuring that NCJW's advocacy and work in Israel paralleled our public policy work in the U.S. The embracing of hippie, both in advocacy and implementation by President Bill and First Lady Hillary Clinton, went a long way to help her accomplish that goal. She worked with Hillary Clinton, and they served together on the board of Hippie USA for many years. Immediately after her NCJW presidency, Nan served in the Florida House of Representatives, followed by 8 years as a state senator and minority leader of the Florida State Senate. Nan continues to apply the skills learned at NCJW in her political life and now serves as county commissioner in Broward County, Florida. Jan Schneiderman says fellow honoree Nancy Ratson is an extraordinary leader and mentor, working passionately and tenaciously to empower and improve the lives of those who have the least, both in Israel and the U.S. Jan inspires like-souled women to follow her compelling lead. As president, Jan pushed for better and more affordable health care, women's reproductive rights, equality in the workplace, and support for survivors of domestic violence. Under Jan's administration, the NCJW Gender and Women's Studies program at Tel Aviv University was launched. Jan has been passionately connected to Israel since her first trip in 1987, eventually chairing the Israel granting program Yad B'Yad, NCJW's initiative to nurture knowledge. Jan has participated in almost every mission to Israel that NCJW has led over the last 30 years. During Marcia's tenure, she served on the Board of Governors of Tel Aviv University, the Board of Hippie USA, and the advisory boards of the NCJW Research Institute for Innovation and Education at the Hebrew University and the NCJW Women and Gender Study program at Tel Aviv University. A shining moment among many during her presidency, Marcia spoke to more than 1 million activists on the National Mall at the rally before the March for Women's Lives in 2004, helping to shatter the silence in defense of reproductive freedom. Marcia built upon her training and experience as a leader at NCJW to become the executive director and CEO of the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, where she is dedicated to improving the health and well-being of vulnerable, underserved populations. Phyllis ably shepherded NCJW through major planning and direction changes during her term. She led the board of directors through a considered planning process, sketching out an aspirational strategic direction. And Phyllis helped launch Plan A, NCJW's campaign for contraceptive access. Plan A is a multifaceted, community-based proactive campaign to protect and secure access to contraception and comprehensive sexuality education. It cemented NCJW's leadership on women's reproductive rights. In 2005, Phyllis was named to the Forward 50, an annual compilation of the American Jewish community's most influential leaders. Since her presidency, Phyllis has continued to be an active NCJW national leader. She is a hands-on member of the Development Committee and is currently chairing our planned giving efforts with extraordinary success. Phyllis is our institutional memory, an unparalleled resource and beloved friend to NCJW members and leaders across the country. Nancy has spent her entire career in the pursuit of social justice. She was a driving force in launching Higher Ground, NCJW's domestic violence campaign, as well as NCJW's benchmark campaign to protect Roe v. Wade, an NCJW priority that continues today as benchmark, NCJW's judicial nominations campaign. She led NCJW in meeting the financial challenges of the 2008 national recession, developing a national board focused on strategic management, which led to the hiring of NCJW Incorporated's first and only CEO in 2011, Nancy Kaufman. One of Nancy's most meaningful honors as NCJW president was being appointed to serve on President Obama's Advisory Council on Faith-Based and Neighborhood Partnerships during his first term in office. Nancy's grace, passion, and commitment to advocacy helped elevate NCJW's brand and reach, enabling us to truly make a difference in people's lives. Linda Slucker modeled what the word partnership means as she worked with the new CEO to lift up NCJW's brand in boardrooms and at new tables in Washington, New York, and Israel. She brought her passion for fundraising and vision for NCJW's future to her presidency. During her triennium, Linda promoted a greater focus and commitment to our community service agenda and advocacy work. Linda has committed her entire volunteer life to NCJW, not only leaving her mark on NCJW Incorporated, but also having an enormous impact on the work of Essex County Section. Linda lives and breathes NCJW, and her enthusiasm for its work is contagious, so it is no coincidence that she has mentored many leaders over the years, including the incoming president, Beatrice Kahn. Tonight, Linda will become our newest honorary president. Shaping the future, leading the way. This is the theme of NCJW's 47th National Convention. It is also the hallmark of each and every one of NCJW's national presidents, because each, during her own term and beyond, has helped to sustain and grow us while preserving the values upon which we were founded, turning progressive ideals into action, striving for social justice, improving the quality of life for women, children, and families, and safeguarding individual rights and freedoms. Without their truly exceptional leadership, we wouldn't have survived and thrived for almost 125 years. And as we look ahead to that milestone anniversary, we thank our past presidents for their wisdom, guidance, and their extraordinary and exceptional leadership of this amazing organization that has truly met the test of time because of their leadership and vision.